right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everyone, what a ball game. Niners, maybe their best all-around game that they played all year.
I think so.
I think so. We'll get into it. Let us thank our sponsor of this show. That's Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Chapman Law Group. Give them a call for all your legal needs and let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. Especially if you've got a personal injury situation, don't settle with that insurance company without contacting Chapman Law Group first at 415-613-9483. Wow. What a game, Dallas. What a game. And I got an empty water bottle. I need to go fill it up. So
heck of a game.
I'll be right back with this. I got to get my water. And, what a ball game. And what can you say? Very impressive in all facets of the game. So I will be right back.
All right. Well, I think the game boils down to two major components. And I can't even decide which is better. I'm going to start with the defense, just because I think the defense holding the Falcons to 10 points, I mean, that was unexpected, I would have to say. That was pretty good. I don't think anyone thought that was going to happen. So they really stepped up. The defense, losing Fred Warner, steps up and just plays their ass off. I mean, they were, pressuring Penix. They were the secondary was very, very good in coverage. I thought that it was a really outstanding performance by the defense. And then, of course, this was the return of the real Christian McCaffrey, the guy over 200 yards of offense. But this is the first game where the first 6 games of the season, he's been, or I guess it's 5, 6 games. Yeah, the first 6 games of the season, he's basically been a slot receiver mainly, and he never got the running game going. Tonight, he finally got the run game going, and he was unstoppable. I mean, the guy, they would stop him on a couple of plays, but then he would find a way to break it big.
He looked like MVP McCaffrey again, didn't he?
It was like a rejuvenation of McCaffrey. This was the McCaffrey that on those, the good years, he was incredible. And just in the epitome of that was that touchdown run where he gets stopped and then they push the pile. The line pushes him. Everyone is just pushing, and that unrelenting drive, that unrelenting force of nature where you can't stop him, and just the power, and he pushes it into the end zone for that touchdown with 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That was an incredible play. I couldn't believe that.
We did find out that it wasn't legal, but that's all right. It still was a great play. Yeah. Hey, he averaged 5.375 yards carry tonight, over 2 yards more than his season average coming into the game. And
that's what it was last year, I think. I mean, that was about what I don't know what it was, but
4.7 is what he's been roughly. He's been about for most of his, with the 49ers. Right. But 5.375, I mean, my goodness, he had 24 carries, 129 yards. I did a little parlay with him and said receiving and rushing yards over or under 117. I took the over. He shattered that. I mean, he had 129 yards rushing, and receiving, he had another 72 yards. He was just 201. That's right. That is over 200. He's at 201 with the total yards from scrimmage tonight. That's unreal. And you know what? The difference that they pointed out in the broadcast may have been Kittle and Juwan Jennings back healthy enough to be in on the blocking because they're both great blockers. They're 5-2. This bodes well for the fact that if they can win at least one of the next two, they've got Houston next Sunday in Houston. Houston's coming off of a Monday night game this week, so they'll get another team that's the 49ers have the rest advantage.
Yeah.
And then the following week, who is it? Do they have the Giants? Yeah, I think the Giants in New York, which is not an easy game. Not an easy game because we saw the Giants almost took down Denver and should have taken down Denver this afternoon. Denver scored 33 points in the fourth quarter after being shut out the first three quarters.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, wild game.
I thought the Giants had that one, early on. I kind of wrote off Denver.
They left the kicker in Denver and just said, "Find your own way home," because he missed two extra points.
Yeah,
2 extra points. And yes, we have some Dodger fans in here that are Niner fans. So we welcome everyone to the NorCal Sports Network. We'll do a baseball show tomorrow night. I mean, this is, we can touch a little bit on baseball, but it wasn't, hey, look, it's Toronto and Seattle. Tomorrow's game 7. This is Niner country. This is NorCal Sports Network. And, we cover the games that matter. I think the National League people really get fired up, Giants fans and Dodger fans, obviously, for any Dodger games. So, the Giants are, if you want to get just touch our little baseball real quick, we'll just say this. The Giants are making it to back-to-back World Series, because the Giants are playing vicariously through the Dodgers, rooting that they don't win it. That's the Giants season. The Giants are hoping the Dodgers don't win it. And if the Dodgers don't win it, they could celebrate like they had success, even though we know they had no success. So that's what I'll have to say about baseball tonight. But Dallas, this was a big win. And you saw Fred Warner up there in the and they showed him on the scoreboard to the whole stadium. Pretty amazing to that guy is he is the soul of the team.
Yeah. And he had him fired up. He had the crowd fired up and he had the team fired up from upstairs, It's pretty incredible that he was able to do that. And the defense got better as the game went on. They were dialing up the pressure, and Huff was getting in there and pressuring Penix, and they were they shut it down at the end. It was really impressive. It's been a little shaky, and you don't know the personnel. You got a lot of young guys. You got a lot of guys that are unproven, and people having to step into roles they're not familiar with, and they got the job done. So that was cool. I wanted to mention the penalties. Only 3 penalties on the 49ers in this game. There was no stupid penalties. There was no pass interference. There was a couple. Their 3 penalties were, illegal contact or whatever. 5
I thought that
yards.
last play was a little chicken because it didn't affect the play.
Yeah, it was.
I thought by the book.
They played in control. There was no stupid mistakes, which I really like. That's right. a team that is playing with maturity, and I thought the 49ers played with a lot of maturity tonight. And that was good. And then the turnovers, the one turnover that the Niners had was a deflection. It kind of, those types of things happen, but they limited the turnovers. That's how you lose this game, is if you turn the ball over and if you commit stupid penalties, and they did not do that. So I thought, great all around this game.
Yeah. Absolutely. They really played phenomenal. And I just thought the defense solid put together. I thought was amazing. I thought Shanahan's game plan was tremendous. He really opened up the running game. When you look at the rushing to passing, they ran the ball 39 times and they only threw it 26. That's Kyle's real game. I mean, that's what he wants to do. He wants to run it 30 plus times, and ideally you run the ball more. I mean, that's the Shanahan tree way. I mean, that's Dad's way, right? Mike Shanahan. You run. And we're seeing some comments here. Lucas balled out in the slot. He was a boss tonight. Young defense played well. Many of them are either rookies in the second year. Huff was nice off the edge too. Yeah, Huff looked like a dog.
That play Lucas where he jumped the route and deflected the pass there at the end.
Yeah,
heck of a play.
Yes, absolutely. What do we got? I see you responded to a comment. Which comment was that you were responding to?
Oh, someone was asking where Lou was.
Oh, where is Lou these days? Yeah, Lou was here Thursday night. He couldn't make it tonight. He was out celebrating, watching the game with some friends, and so he's out tonight. He'll be back probably tomorrow night with Game 7 of the American League Championship Series and right after Monday Night Football. So, yes, Nate, good point. I wanted to bring that up. Hennessy looked good at center.
Yeah.
I really thought that was a difference maker. Hennessy in there. He is a bigger bruiser than Brendel. I really liked seeing Hennessy in there. And
I kind of thought that the O-line looked better after Brendel was out. You hate to say that because – and I don't know anything about it, honestly. I'm not a offensive line expert of any kind. I don't know the first thing about it. So, but just watching it, as a layman, watching the line and watching the push they were getting in the second half and the runs that McCaffrey was breaking at that point, it seemed like it was working a little bit better. Now, that could just be defense gets tired late in the game and holes start to open up, which always happens anyway. So I don't know for sure, but I kind of like what I saw with Hennessy.
I would love to see this team. You're seeing Tatum Bethune start to mature right before your eyes. He's looking good. I mean, he's not anywhere near – he's not Fred Warner, right? We know that. Nobody's Fred Warner. No. But Bethune looked good. You did well on the corners tonight. I'm hoping that the injury to Renardo Green is not turf toe. They said he went out with a toe injury. And anytime I hear that, it's, the high likelihood that it's turf toe, right? Which could be weeks. So let's see. Eddie Money. I haven't heard. Oh, we're talking about Eddie Pinheiro. Eddie Money. I was thinking 2 tickets to paradise. That's Eddie Money I grew up with.
How good is that guy? I mean,
I got 2 tickets.
That 55-yarder he hit.
Man,
I mean, it was
beautiful.
Just
beautiful.
His long up until this point was 56. Is that what I heard on the broadcast? I mean,
something like that. Yeah, 59. Didn't he hit a 59 one?
This season, but like up until this season.
Didn't he hit a 59 this season?
Yes, but
ago?
Up until this season, it was
up
56.
Until this season. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think, man, the guy's he's the Italian stallion, man. Right? We just need Pinheiro and Vitello, right? We need Tony Vitello and Eddie Pinheiro to do a commercial. That's right. You heard it here first on NorCal Sports Network. I'm calling
everybody we're going to be talking about is going to have a vowel at the end of their name.
Yeah.
Coach Emilio.
Coach Emilio, Vitello, and Pinheiro, and,
Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico. We're going to change Shanahan's name to Shanahani. Yeah. Robert Salsa. No, that's more Spanish, right? Salsa. Yeah. That'd be Spanish. We got to get everybody to be Italian here. George, Christian McCaffrey. How's that, huh? There we go. Yeah. Everybody's gonna get Italianized.
George Catoli.
There we go. Eddie to do a commercial for Panero Bread. Absolutely. You got to have Eddie Panero be doing Panero bread or Panera, I guess. Isn't it Panera?
Panera, yeah.
Panera, but close enough. We can. We're here. We're seeing some Kyle Coach of the Years. I think you could consider him in the running for sure. I mean, he's doing a great job.
I mean, how are you 5-2 with the injuries they've had?
Yeah.
Your quarterback, your tight end, your offensive lineman. Now you've got your biggest linebacker out. You've got it's crazy. Your receivers were all out. Pearsall's been gone. Jennings has been gone most of the year. This team has been decimated by injury, and to be 5-2 is incredible.
Yeah. And if somehow if they can win the next two, that would be amazing because Houston's going to be tough. You got 2 road games now. You got 2 road games in Houston, and then you got to go to the Giants, right, in week 9. And then we're getting ahead of ourselves, of course, but the schedule, week 10, the Niners, and they don't have a bye till week 14, but week 10, the Niners got the Rams back here. So this is a tough stretch right now. This is a very tough stretch because, you could look at that Giants game and say that's sandwiched in the middle. That could be what they call I'm drawing a blank, trap game, the Giants, right? You could get up for Houston knowing it's going to be a tough game. And then maybe you get by Houston, then you're thinking, oh, we got to go to New York. Right. That should be easy. We got the Rams after that. Can't overlook anybody in the National Football League. All right. Mark Graves says trade for an edge and really bolster the defense. Yeah, they get a good edge. Seeing some bull rushing tonight from Huff, who looked really quick and strong and up the middle. I mean, and then we saw some different looks. Solid gave some blitzes, which he normally doesn't do, which was nice. If we could get healthy and somehow get into the playoffs. Hey, there was talk Fred Warner, if the Niners make it to the Super Bowl, could come back and be ready for the Super Bowl. This injury is about 4 months. They're saying 3 months could be, like someone like Fred, who's an athlete and all of that, because the bone, no ligament. If there's no ligament damage, bone heals pretty quickly. And when bone heals, it's usually stronger. It's new, it could be strong. 3 months. Let's see, October. That would put you out. Let's see, about October 15th, November 15th, December 15th, January 15th, February 15th. The Super Bowl's right a week or so before that.
Right, but would he be ready? I mean, you can't rely on that. I wouldn't even put that in their minds at this point.
Oh, it's already it's already out there though.
I know, but you can't just be waiting around. Oh, the Super Bowl.
No, they're gonna have a hard time getting there.
They need to be able to play without him, and then that would just be icing on the cake, gravy, whatever analogy you want to use. But this is a very important game for the 49ers because it tells this team last week was a huge blow, with the injuries. Do they have what it takes to continue to play winning football in this league? Tonight kind of answers that question. Yeah, maybe you do have what it takes. So confidence-wise, this gives them a big push going forward. Secondly, this puts them at the point where they could go 500 the rest of the way and finish with 10 wins. So, which probably gets them in the playoffs. So it's helpful to be at that point, but you don't even have to worry about that if you're going to be playing this well. So, the offense at this point is going to get going because you're going to get Purdy back. You're going to get Pearsall back. Kittle's going to work himself into a better position in the offense. Now you got McCaffrey primed and ready to go full force. So the offense is going to get more confidence and get more healthy, and hopefully you don't have other injuries. That could obviously happen. But I think offensively, the upside is in front of them. And now defensively, you have this huge question mark, losing your leader, your best player, and they were able to step up tonight and play outstanding defensive football, holding the Falcons to 10 points. And if this gives them a young defense some confidence, that could be a good sign for them going forward also. So both sides, I think there's a lot of positive things to look at going forward.
Absolutely, Dallas. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting the way you put that. If they've got 10 games left. If they did play 500, that's a 10-7 season. If somehow they could go 7-3 would be remarkable.
It's possible though. I mean, their schedule, every game is tough, obviously, but it's not the toughest schedule in the world. And they've already beat some of these teams once, the division teams they beat already. So they could, it could happen, I don't know. I'm after this game, going into this game, I can't say that I was super confident. It was a lot of question marks. Now I feel like cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I think this was a huge win. Because you lose this game, you're in danger of losing maybe 4 in a row, because Houston's not going to be easy. I don't think the Giants are, what we saw today. They're not a lay down team. Phillips, where's Lou? I want to hear how he wants to hear how lucky we were tonight. He says, Lou was going to join us, but he was having some fun tonight out, and he was, out watching the game with buddies. And so
that was the good thing about this game, though. Luck didn't factor into it as much as the previous games. There was some lucky wins for the Niners this year. This one was grit, determination, and just playing, stepping up and playing well. There wasn't bad turns of luck or good turns of luck that helped the 49ers. Now, there was the one turn of luck where the intentional grounding, where at the end of the half, where they were in field goal range and he throws it to nobody on the sideline, and now the 10-second runoff means they don't get a chance to kick a field goal. So that was a little bit lucky. But other than that, I thought it was just really determined, tough, gritty play, and got the job done.
Yeah, it was just all around. I mean, I'm trying to think of some negatives I saw out there tonight, and really I can't think of too many things that stand out. Maybe the drop pass by Robinson that she went right through his body. That would have been, oh, there it is. Mark Grace says the same thing. As I'm talking, I see this pop up, Robinson's drop. If they score there, the game would have been, that was the one thing I was thinking of too, Mark. We think alike. Absolutely. That was the only thing that stood out to me that, I mean, my goodness. Man, our O-line got completely bullied. Maybe at times. Yeah, it did. But it stood up at a lot, some key moments. It ran well. It opened up holes. Colby got beat. I saw he got beat. Also, Pooney got beat early on. Then he looked like he cleaned it up. But, I'm going to need something to eat. I think I'm going to need a hamburger. I'm getting hungry. When Dallas comes back, I'm going to go get me a burger. I just realized I was watching the game so much that I didn't grab my dinner. Luter Jr. getting cooked. All right, there he is.
I'm back. Jaden's here. Back. He's going to use the printer in here.
All right. There we go. That's got got to get the stuff done. Is that probably for school, right?
Yeah. College
Yeah.
student.
There we go. All right. College. Which college?
He goes to the community college here.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Which one is that?
Cosumnes River is what it's called.
Cosumnes Rivers,
here
yep.
in Elk Grove. Yeah.
I used to play Cosumnes Rivers in football when I went to Los Madonnas. And then my brother, Diablo Valley College basketball coach for years, played Cosumnes Rivers. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to be right back. I'm going to let you take over because I got to get something to eat. I got to tell my wife she can make me something. I didn't eat much tonight. Been snacking.
Go for it. All right.
I was snacking on
now, so I'm good.
You know those heavenly chunks from Costco?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those things, but they're not good to eat all day. So got to get some real food in me. DVC, that's right. DVC. That is where my brother coached for over 30 years. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Dan's going to get himself something to eat, and I'm going to look at the chat here and see what everyone is saying. Kyle McKiernan, I predicted 12 wins, but way before all these injuries. Now I can see 11, and that's amazing with how this year's been. Yeah, it really is. It's the cliche is, next man up, and can you step up and fill the hole when players go down? And, that's the attitude you have to have in the NFL, but it's easier said than done. These are elite players for a reason, and the Niners defense particularly are built on that. And so now you've got a lot of unproven guys. Tatum Bethune in his second year has to fill in for Fred Warner, a future Hall of Famer, and one game in, he answered the call tonight. He was solid. So hopefully over time he continues to, with all this play, with all this experience, he can continue to build up his skill set, and he's going to learn every single game, and there's going to be some mistakes, no doubt, but I think he can step up and fill that hole, or at least tide things over. You can't even say tide things over, because likely he's not going to be back. He's not going to be back this year. Dan was saying optimistically he might be back by the Super Bowl. I mean, what are we talking about here? Let's slow the roll down and just worry about winning one game at a time. So I think that's what they're going to have to do. And this was a good start for this new revamped defense to come in and just play such a solid game. And I got to say, I already mentioned the turnover or the penalties. I thought, playing within yourself and not making stupid mistakes and not, tackling a guy who's about to make a catch and, the PIs get out of control. That takes a lot of discipline. And for a team this young with this many inexperienced players, to be able to, play like veterans, they did. And
right.
I really thought that was a great part of this game.
Rod has a good question here. Do they bench the momentum of the hot hand of Mac Jones and start Purdy next week? I don't think you bring Brock back until you know he's 100%.
Yes, 100%. But also, Mac Jones didn't have the best game last week. This game, he was good, but I don't think he was outstanding in this game. This game was about handing the ball off. He had a couple of throws. I mean, what's the let's look at the stats here. Let's see, box score. Mac Jones was 17 for 26, 152 yards, 5.8 yards a pass, one interception, which wasn't his fault. 65 quarterback rating. Serviceable this game. I mean, he didn't make mistakes, which is huge. But he didn't have to go, because they could rely on the run for once. They weren't relying on Mac Jones to be the savior of the team. And I think being able to do that, I mean, we know that Mac Jones can do that because he's done it in the past. He's had some really great performances so far this season, but you don't want to have to rely on that. You want to be able to just smash the ball with your run game, and then supplement that with the passing. And they did that, and that was being able to be multidimensional offensively is huge for the 49ers because you don't want to have to you have to take what they give you. If they're going to let you run, then you run, and if they're going to stop the run, then that's going to open up the passing game, and then you can go that way. So having multi-dimensions on the offensive side of the ball is a huge asset for a team. You don't want to be pigeonholed into one facet of the game. So I thought that is a big thing to finally, it's been, this is the 7th game to finally get the run game going. That's huge for this team because it's been kind of astonishing that it hasn't happened yet. It's like, where is it? They haven't run the ball. It's been, McCaffrey's been their best receiver. It's been odd the first start of the season. This is how the 49ers should be. If you're, if you have your druthers, this is how they should be playing.
What do you think of Hennessy here? He says, kitchen hand, he says, Hennessy stay at center, Dan. I think, wow. I would look to see how the run game goes. You generally don't lose your job to an injury, but a hamstring isn't something you generally come back with in a week. It's minimum 2 weeks. And depending on the severity, Kittle, it's a position we got to run. But the 49ers make their offensive linemen move because they're run blocking downfield with a lot of their plays. So, on NorCal Sports Talk Live. That's hilarious. Tony Vitello failed his physical. Old injury. They found a metal plate in his ass. Press conference canceled. Oh, man. That's pretty funny. Breaking away from that. It just popped up. That cracked me up. People are getting a little nervous. I think, personally, the announcement comes with Vitelli either tomorrow morning or Tuesday morning, if it is to happen, because it's baseball doesn't want any announcements, hirings, things taking away from the World Series. So there'll be no games Tuesday through Friday. Tomorrow's game 7. Maybe they don't want to,
it'll be in that break between the
I think it would
CS
be,
and
I think it would be Tuesday.
World
My
Series.
guess is Tuesday morning, but it could come tomorrow morning. The biggest thing on that's going to be the contractual thing. He's got a $3 million buyout. He's got a $3 million salary through 29. That means the Giants are going to have to buy it out at $3 million and pay Tony Vitelli at least $5 million a year. Otherwise, why would he come? He's going to,
which is a lot for a manager.
I think Melvin was making 4 is what I heard.
I thought it was 3.
Maybe 3 or 4, but there are guys making some big, decent money. Dave Roberts is making 8.
Whatever, dropping the bucket. If he's going to make the difference you think he's going to, you pay the guy, and you don't want it to come down to $1 million if he's the right guy for the job, and you feel he's the right guy for the job.
Yeah, and guys, we will go live and talk about that right here on NorCal Sports the moment it happens. I've got stuff in the queue ready to go, so be on the lookout. We
have a whole Tony Vitello highlight package.
Yeah, we got a whole thing ready to rock and roll. Purdy doesn't play on turf for the next 2 weeks, in my opinion. Yeah, Houston and New York, 2 turf fields. That would make sense. It's pretty tough there. And get him well. Get the thing right. Mac Jones is playing well. He's more than serviceable.
He's getting better too. This week he was a lot more mobile. That run that he did where he was able to escape and run for the first down. That was a pretty good play. He was definitely more mobile this game than he has been possibly all season, because he's been having that
knee,
the thing on his knee, the brace, you know, kind of slowed him down.
Did you not love his dive that made it like 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3, whatever it was? That was a big play because that was a drive they scored their touchdown.
Yeah, there was a couple of 4th and short or 3rd and short where he was able to just get the first down right away, and being able to pick up a yard or two when you need it like that, on the on command. That's a great skill to have. So they kind of got confident in that. The one bad play they had on short 3rd and short, they handed it off to Juszczyk, who got stuffed right there, and it was like, you got McCaffrey, you've got Mac Jones, and maybe they kind of learned after that, where they just said, just use the quarterback sneak and get it done, and that it seemed to work from that point on. So I think he looked good. He looked more mobile this game, and also he wasn't staying in the pocket too long. He's been a little bit guilty of holding onto the ball too long, and problems happen when that is the case, and didn't seem like that was the case tonight. He was I didn't get the impression that he was holding on to it.
You just keep talking while I enjoy my burger here.
All right. Dan's Burger, brought to you by Chapman Law Group. So yeah, I thought that was good.
I got this from Pig in a Pickle. No,
Larry, I'm sure he'll be on later, so you'll hear plenty of Pig in a Pickle.
I will be on there with Larry for Pig in a Pickle. Sorry to eat, guys. I know if I go too much longer, and then I got Larry's show to do when he comes on, probably in half hour, 45 minutes, then I'll be eating too late. I don't want to be eating at 10 o'clock. Ooh. Dude.
Did we talk Solly yet? Senior softball games. I think we mentioned him, but boy, how nice is it to have a defensive coordinator that actually knows what he's doing? He's able to dial up a defensive play for a team. This is a completely different plan than he had in the previous weeks. Atlanta is a different team, and they have different strengths, and you have to be able to shut down their run game, and that, he was able to, by and large. Bijan, 14 carries for 40 yards. Come on. That is 2.9 a carry. That's incredible. What did anybody think that was going to happen in this game? That
I kind of did. I kind of thought they would shut down Bijan because the focus was going to be on, hey, Buster, just leave that. Drop the onion out of my burger. Buster, dogs don't like onions that much, right?
I wasn't sure they were going to be able to shut him down. I didn't have that confidence. So
I kind of thought they would with the run game, and I thought they would open up the passing game for Atlanta, but somehow they were able to keep that to a minimum. There were some big plays. I fumbled my burger, as Mark says. Yeah, I fumbled the burger. It's not the greatest to eat on the live stream, but
he recovered his own fumble. His own fumble.
Yeah.
That burger looks pretty good, I gotta say. Now I'm getting hungry. CMC is an alien. No fan of the Niners, but have to respect that guy. Tremendous game on his part. Yeah, this was just vintage Christian McCaffrey. This was a throwback game. He has not looked the same this season, and maybe coming off of injury and just getting back to form and having more confidence in his leg. I don't know. Maybe it takes a little while to kind of get that confidence back, but he was just running like with power, with determination, he wasn't afraid to just stick that foot in the ground and push and get that extra yard. And that's really what he does. So I thought that was really great to see. You want him at 100%, and you always wonder when somebody like that gets hurt, how much gas do they have left in the tank? How much more? Because he's not a young guy anymore. So, but this was kind of proof that the guy is still there, and I think that's a great sign for the 49ers going forward the rest of the season.
All right, so who gets your game ball tonight?
I'm going to give.
Since there's only two of us, we could take two each. Not like Larry's panel where we got 4 or 5 of us. So you get 2 picks. How about we do this? Whoever goes first, the second guy gets 2 picks, and then you go back to the other guy. So you want to go first, or you want to go?
Well, I'll go first, and it's pretty simple. You got to go Christian McCaffrey as the player of the game. I mean, it's no brainer. But the guy had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. He only had 1 rushing touchdown this whole season so far. 1 last game. That was it. Now he has 2 more and 200 yards, 129 on the ground and 72 in the air. So by the ground and by the air, I mean, he was their best receiver. He was making incredible catches, clutch catches, to pick up first downs. And then he was just running like a madman. So Christian McCaffrey, my number 1 pick, no question about it.
All right. I'm going to go. I am going to go Bryce Huff as my guy, and I'm going to go Tatum Bethune second. He had 10 tackles. He had 10 tackles, 4 solo. I was even considering he didn't have many tackles. He didn't have any tackles, but Chase Lucas was on some big plays. But I'll go with Huff and Bethune. And even though he didn't catch anything, Kittle, I see Mark Graves said Kittle and Huff, CMC, Kittle and Huff. Kittle did a great job blocking tonight, although he did get knocked over on that one play where they got McCaffrey in the backfield on a short situation. I think they ended up having to kick a field goal right after that. But yeah, I'm sticking with Huff and Bethune.
And not surprisingly, who were those guys filling in for? They're getting more playing time, a lot more playing time, because Bosa and Fred Warner are out. And those guys are having to step up into the void and fill those holes, and they did it. And they did it this game, and they're going to have to continue to do it going forward. And so those are 2 great picks. For my second pick, I'm going to go with Eddie Pinheiro. 2 for 2, 55-yarder. The guy he hasn't missed yet this season. He hasn't missed a field goal. And 55 yards. I mean, that was it's huge for Shanahan to be able to have that kind of confidence, to be able to go out there and score those field goals and not have to question it and just go for it. And he just knocks it through every time. So in a 20-10 game, and it was closer than that a lot of the game, those field goals, those 3 points make a difference. So I'm going to go with Eddie Pinheiro.
Okay, I just had to answer a text there for something, but that burger on a sourdough bread, it's not really quite sourdough, but it's dairy-free bread. It's pretty good bread. Canyon House dairy-free bread. I anytime I eat too much dairy, not good for my body. So, but I'll say this with Pinheiro, he's been money, like you said. He hasn't missed. Hold on here. I thought his it's a huge lift to have a guy on the sidelines like that, knowing you can make it. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Now I forgot what to say. I tried a 55-yarder in a game. I was out at Solano. You know how Solano, it's just open their field, and it's just a big giant wind, and the wind was blowing right to left, and I was kicking, and I aimed for the right upright, knowing it was going to go left on me, and I needed to aim probably for the corner flag because the wind was bad. And it was a good 10, 15 yards wide still left.
But was it short?
No, it was not short.
Wow.
But that was my longest attempt in a game. I made a 42-yarder my sophomore year in high school that had the distance for 55 easily, but I never got a chance to kick another one. We never got into a situation that would allow us to kick. The school record at the time was 45, and there was guys that were betting on me breaking it because I kicked a 42-yarder as a sophomore, and I never got an attempt, not one attempt at a 45-plus yarder. The 55-yarder was in college, was in junior college, but these guys are so impressive. I used to kick 50-yarders constantly in warm-ups, go out there and I would kick from the 40-yard line and easily put them through, and but never got in a chance. It's kind of frustrating. But
maybe next time.
Yeah, there won't be a next time in this life.
Yeah, well, the next life though, you can be reincarnated as a new kicker. But for those keeping track, Jake Moody 4 for 4 for the Bears today. Long of only 39, so he wasn't having to stretch it too much. But he's found himself some success in Chicago. Good for him.
Yeah, Santos has been injured, and now he's 8 of 9 in 2 weeks, including a game winner.
The question is, when he misses a couple, and that confidence starts to waver, I don't know. I wish him the best, but I wouldn't feel so confident if I was the Bears, but they're pretty happy, so good for them.
Keep going. Find something to talk about.
All right, so we can look at the other upsets here. The Bears won. Everyone thought that would happen. The Browns beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins may be the worst team in football. I kind of think they are. People argue the Titans are. The Patriots beat them today. Kansas City got the job done. My survivor pick is intact. Eagles took care of business against the Vikings. Closer game than I thought it would be. Panthers took care of the Jets. The Jets may be the worst team. There's a few teams in the running for the worst team in football. The Broncos, you said they came back and beat the Giants. I didn't think that was going to happen. I tuned that game out because I thought, oh man, the Broncos have lost. The Giants have beat them. So you're right. The Giants are not a terrible team. So the 49ers can't just write off that game when they have to travel to New Jersey. The Colts beat the Chargers handily.
Yeah, I was going to say handily. Zach word.
The Colts are for real. You think strength of schedule. They've won some games, and it's like, okay, are they for real? Well, going in and beating the Chargers is a big time win. 6-1. You have to take the Colts seriously. You do. The Cowboys killed the Commanders. No, I don't know if anybody's. I guess some people saw it coming. I thought it would be closer than that, but 44-22. That's crazy. Going back to the Chiefs game, they shut out the Raiders 31-0. Apparently, that is the first shutout in Andy Reid's coaching career.
Seriously.
Found that interesting. Yeah.
Wow. And then you mentioned the Patriots, Titans, Dolphins. This I think. What's the over under for Mike McDaniel being fired tomorrow?
I mean, I would have done it already.
Yeah.
It's the Browns. This is a game you should, if you're going to beat anybody, you beat the Browns, and they got killed. So what do you have to lose? Shake things up.
Yeah, there was a guy on Twitter that put something out. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is what he said. With Miami's pathetic performance today against Cleveland, losing 31-6, I would fire Mike McDaniel before the team's flight home and not let him on the plane. Too much negative energy surrounding him and the Dolphins. Look at that guy. He does not look like a leader of men.
You're kicking a lot of people off planes, Dan.
I am. I'm kicking guys. I have no room. Look at Buster Boy. Buster Boy is wanting. Hey, Buster, say hello to everybody. Hey, look up. Look up. Come on. Look up. Hey, look up. Say hello to everybody. Stop drooling. You want that hamburger, don't you? You want the hamburger. You can't have the hamburger. You can't have the hamburger. The hamburger's gone. All right. So.
And then the Packers beat the Cardinals closer than I thought it would be. Packers they won, but they're not anything special. Everyone had them as like the best team in football going into the season, and they're middle of the road.
Packers.
So
there it is.
Yep. 27-23. Got it done. And we got 2 Monday night games again this week. Seems like every week is 2 Monday night games. I kind of like it. They got the Bucks taking on the Lions. That's a great game. And then we've got the Texans, and we can see what kind of game they have against the Seahawks.
Where is that game? Why is it not up here? Wait a minute. That isn't what I wanted, Cincinnati. I wanted scores. There it is. Okay. So right now it looks like the Bucks and the Packers have the best records. Bucks are the 1 seed right now, and the Packers are the 2 seed if the playoffs were to start today. Then you would probably have the Niners as a 3 seed. That's right. You would have the Niners as a 3 seed. In fact, why don't we take a look at those standings, Dallas? And
we're a long way from
playoff picture.
Standing.
Oh, what's the playoff picture? We got to figure it out. I got to figure it.
We're a long way.
A long, long way. What are the 49ers odds? I don't even want to look, do I? No, I don't. I'm not even going to look because I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. That's the AFC. I don't want to look what the Niners odds are because the Giants were like 75% at one point this year. So we're not going to look at the playoffs, but we are going to look at the standings because the standings, it's never too early to look at standings. And you see here, look at the Patriots leading the AFC East.
Crazy.
And didn't they beat the Bills earlier this year? Haven't they played?
I think they did. The Bills lost 2 in a row.
Yeah. Dolphins 1-6, Jets 0-7. Is that the
Falcons beat the Bills, and then the Patriots beat the Bills?
Yeah. Pittsburgh leading the AFC North. The Ravens having a tough season.
Surprising.
Aaron Rodgers may lead the Steelers. Man, that was a big loss for the Steelers the other night because they could have been 5-1, and the Bengals would have been 2-5. They would have had like a 3.5, 4-game lead on everybody. Indy's running away with the AFC South. Jacksonville's the only team that has a chance to catch him. Denver could dethrone the Chiefs this year, especially with a win like today. The Chargers, what are the Chargers
Chiefs,
lost? 3 in a row
the
or
Chiefs
something?
seem to have fixed their
No,
issues. I would be very wary about the Chiefs the rest of this year. I think
They look like the team to beat. They
Yep.
look like the team to beat in the AFC. Them and the Colts, it looks like to me right now. The Eagles, I'm not worried about Dallas. They will choke. Eagles will win that division. It'll be between the Packers and the Lions. The Bears will not be anywhere around it.
although the Bears have won 4 in a row.
Yeah, they haven't played anybody though.
Yeah. But
4 in a row for the Bears?
that's what I heard.
Winning, yep, 4 in a row. All right. The Vikings have lost. Yeah, they lost. I was watching that game today against the Eagles, and they had a shot, but there was a big play on 3rd and like 15, and they converted it. They would have got the ball back. Guy wide open down the sideline. He did an out and up move, and the corner bit, and Jalen Hurts just lofted it to the guy for the first down. And if he wasn't trying to just complete the pass, like throw just so he got it in there, he could have led him to a touchdown, but he underthrew it a little bit. Smart move, though. And then there you got the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. So tomorrow night we got to root for Houston. Root for Houston because this AFC or NFC West is probably the toughest division in football. 3 good teams. NFC North, I'm going to call it 2 good teams, Packers and Lions. In the NFC East, I'm going to go 1.5 good teams. I think it's the Eagles and the Commanders. The Commanders have been injured a lot. Daniels has been missing. Their receivers were out today. In the AFC, I think there's 3 decent teams there, good teams, Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs, although the Chargers are not looking too good lately. I think it's 1.5 good teams in the AFC South, the Colts and the Jags. Texans are –
that's fair.
You might say 2 if you put the Jags and Houston as 1, combine them.
Yeah, maybe.
AFC North, it looks like 1 good team. That's it, the Steelers. And I don't even know how good they are, right?
True.
And the surprise team in the NFL, who is it for you? Is it the Colts or is it the Patriots?
Well, it's close, but the Patriots surprised me more. They've been a lot better than I expected them to be.
Yeah. Philip, the effing refs have fixed the Chiefs' issues. Yeah. No dominant team in the NFC. I would agree with that. Yes, I would agree with that too. There's 2 comments in a row. Ding, ding, ding. So New York Jets, worst team ever? That's debatable. How many teams went? The Lions went 0-16, and then didn't somebody go 0-17 a few years ago? Who was it?
I don't know. I'm not sure on that.
The Lions with Dan Orlovsky went 0-16. Wasn't there a team that went 0-17 the other, like within the last 5 years, 7 years?
Let's see.
Or did they win the last game? I know there was a team that was gunning for it.
The 2021 Detroit Lions became the NFL team to finish with an 0-17 record.
Oh,
this is AI telling me this. So
okay, so it was the Lions.
Check your facts.
0-17, yeah. But I thought Orlovsky lost a bunch of games. I thought they were like 0. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. I think the Lions went 0-17. Look at that. In what year was it? 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were 0-14 back then under the he used to coach at USC. It was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm drawing a blank on his name now. I could see him with the visor on. Gosh. What was that guy's name? John McKay. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, from USC. Yeah. There you have it.
The Dolphins beat the Jets September 29th. And Alexa, stop it. But I don't know. I think the Dolphins are a worse team than the Jets. They're both pretty bad, though.
Mike McDaniel. What a mess they have going on there. What a mess. Yeah, just a complete mess. All right, guys, we've gone an hour. I got to gear up for another show. If you would, hit the like button. We appreciate all your comments in the chat there. If you guys would do us a favor and just smash that like button, that would really help the algorithm of the show. Did a video recently, and the algorithm just keeps kicking in. Did a video the other night on the Dodgers winning, and it's chugging along with over 8,000 views. We normally get about 1,000. So it's chugging along. So
the algorithm likes Dan's views on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I guess the Dodger fans are liking me right now. I don't know if that's a good thing or
Shohei
bad.
Ohtani.
That was Trump, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that AI or is that really him?
No, that's really him. When the Dodgers
probably in
visited
the White
White House. Yeah.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, talking 49ers get rid of the Dodger fans. Yeah, we did talk Saleh. Yeah, Robert Saleh. Unbelievable job tonight. Unbelievable job of scheming. And he's doing it with rookies and guys that are cast-offs. Just really amazing. And I mean, coaching makes a difference, right? If the Giants,
probably more so than any sport.
Yeah. If the 49ers had, what's his name? Nick Sorensen, I think they'd be 2-5. I really do.
Yeah.
I think they'd be 2-5.
Could very well be.
Yeah.
What were they thinking? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So you think coaching matters more in?
I don't know. The NBA, it matters. I think.
You think it matters in the NBA more? What do you think the least sport it matters in? Baseball?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, compared to football and basketball, I mean, it's still important in baseball, but I think it matters in
football. And basketball is tough because you got to be really, really. You can have a good game plan and beat somebody with a good game plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you have the best players in football, if you have a bad game plan, you're probably still going to lose. In the NBA, if you have great players, they'll beat them anyway, regardless of your game plan.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
probably football. I got to say, tough though. Good discussion.
Yes. All right. All right. I just. All right. Well, I think it's time to wrap up. And hey, guys,
play that music.
There is. Let me play the music, and then I will tell you after the music, I'll be where you can find me here in about a half hour.
Because you need at least more than an hour of football talk. You need to go 3 more on top of that. Take it to midnight, and Dan will be with the pig and the pickle.
Yeah, I'll be heading over to Pig and a Pickle with Larry Kruger on the Krug Show. We'll be doing a post game that should be happening within the hour. Within the hour, I would say. So it's 9:30 now. So I would think we would start that show before 10. Let's hope so. It's Sunday night. Got work in the morning. Some of us have to do other things, you know. But guys, thanks for watching this show. Make sure you give it a like on the way out. Smash that like button, as they say. Really helps us out. And we'll be back here tomorrow night on NorCal Sports Network. We'll have Game 7 of the Toronto Blue Jays and Seattle Mariners. Should be a doozy. Go Seattle. It's going to be... They're going to throw the kitchen sink at guys. You're going to see the starting pitcher for one of those teams come out in the second inning, I believe. Somebody gets 2 men on, they're yanking them. It's like second or third inning, one of the pitchers will be out of the game, the starters tomorrow night. That's my prediction. But I don't know who wins. But we'll have it here for you, and we'll talk some more football. We'll talk some Giants baseball tomorrow night with their manager. All right, take care, everybody. Catch you on the Krug Show. Take care. Have a good night.